Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel is dedicated to entrepreneurship and overall success. Here you will find ways to make money along with profiles about notable people and companies. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification button. This way you can be notified about every new video. With that being said, today I'd like to talk about how much money I personally make as an Uber Eats driver. I have been driving for Uber Eats for a little while, and it's been a wild ride. I quickly learned the ropes because I had already been using similar services prior to joining Uber Eats. We will cover those other services in another video and even compare which ones are the most profitable. So here are the basics about my driving routine. I only drive part-time as of the making of this video. That means that I only drive about 3 or 4 hours per session. I also only drive about 3 or 4 days a week. This means that I only work between 9 and 16 hours per week, with an average of about 12 hours. Moreover, I tend to make about $22 an hour during the day, although my hourly average goes up to about $28 at night. By the way, if this sounds good to you, be sure to register as an Uber Eats driver through the link I left in the video description below. With that being said, some nights are particularly good, and I can make over $30 per hour. While this isn't the norm, those extra dollars you make can quickly grow over time. That's right, driving at night is typically more profitable for several reasons. More families and friends order in groups because they're mostly together at home. During the day, you get more orders from individuals as opposed to groups of people, such as someone who orders a simple sandwich during his lunch break. However, it's more common for a few friends to get together at night and place a larger amount of food, therefore increasing the total amount you potentially receive. Also keep in mind there is less traffic at night. This also includes foot traffic, so you don't have to stop as frequently just waiting for people to cross the street. In addition, most food orders are delivered to residential places at night as opposed to places of business. Depending on the business, you often have to bring the food all the way up multiple stories to the person's main office or reception desk. However, delivering to a single-story home is much quicker and more efficient by comparison. This is typically the case at night. Speaking of efficiency, here are some tips to increase your food delivery earnings even more. Tip number 1. Familiarize yourself with your city. A lot of people have a general knowledge of their area, but don't necessarily know the possible shortcuts throughout. Here's the second tip. Turn on your GPS even if you already know the way. Your GPS can inform you about the fastest route at that particular moment. For example, a path that is usually faster may not be so fast today due to unexpected road construction. Tip number 3. Avoid restaurants that routinely take too long to get the food ready. Some restaurants are simply more efficient than others, and unfortunately, you may have to find out the hard way. And finally, to answer the burning question, can you really make a full-time income as an Uber Eats driver? The answer is yes. Even after gas and other car-related expenses, most drivers still make great sustainable income. But I will cover these topics a bit more in a future video. For now, I highly suggest you become an Uber Eats driver by checking out the link in the video description. Remember, there's nothing to lose, so you can simply stop doing it if it's not your cup of tea. So here's the main lesson to conclude. Try to make most of your food deliveries in the evening if you can. But even if you can only work during the day, let's remember that you can make at least $22 an hour if you're in a fairly good area. Of course, there are other factors to consider such as gas, mileage, and paying back taxes. But that's a topic for another video. For now, I simply wanted to show you my average earnings as an Uber Eats driver. Now I'd like to hear from you. Are you interested in driving, or do you have other tips to share? Let me know in the comments section below. And once again, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Until next time.